What's up, guys? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Baddies Caribbean Season 5, Episode 2 review. Sorry I missed last week's episode, but I didn't even know it was coming on last week. But Episode 2 was just as good as the first one, if not better. So let's get into all of the shenanigans. So Bianca, and I think the girl named Tinkerbell maybe, Callyway, Meatball, and a girl named Diamond come in to greet the other girls. They're all the newbies. And as soon as Bianca, who we know from Love and Hip Hop New York, comes in, she hugs Mariah because, you know, they were both on Love and Hip Hop New York together. They real cool, besties with one another, been knowing each other for years. And next thing you know, her in her Teletubby jumpsuit go over and tries to rush Sapphire. But I quickly noticed that Bianca can't fight. She got all that mouth and can't fight. She do a bunch of this, grabbing at people, whack, 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 like doing this. And it's like, how you gonna try to rush somebody and don't even punch them? You just try to grab at them. Like, what is you doing, girl? Such a disappointment, because I just knew Bianca was gonna know how to fight, but she can't. So Mariah says in her confession that she did not know that Bianca was going to do that because she and Sapphire are good now. Like, they squashed everything. So next thing you know, after they're broken up, Callie started going at Natalie because they got into it on social media because she posted on her Instagram that it's time for Natalie to retire as HBIC. I'm coming for my spot. But she says in her confessional that she wanted game from Natalie because she's been in the industry for so long. If you wanted game from her, that ain't how you go about it. That was a diss to her. Girl, you was being shady. You was not trying to get no information, guidance, or mentorship from this lady. And if you were, bro, you need to learn how to talk to people. So Natalie was like, who are you? What is your name? Girl, if you don't get somewhere and sit down, like, don't come for me. But then it's on the other end of that. It's like, Natalie, if you tired of people coming from the head honcho, at this point, you don't even have to be a part of the cast anymore. You can step back and let the girls just be. You don't have to be there. You know what I'm saying? If you're this multi-millionaire and all of this stuff, go home with your kids and watch the dailies and call it a day. If you don't know what the dailies are, that's when the production company send you the footage from that day. So they arguing back and forth. And while she's arguing with Natalie, Callie allegedly bumps into Mariah. Now, I rewound it back twice. I didn't see the bump, but Mariah says she bumped into her. Next thing you know, she and Bianca try to jump Callie. At least Mariah was throwing punches. How the white girl throwing punches and Bianca once again acting like she Catwoman in this baggy crotch jumpsuit. Next thing you know, Aubrey standing behind security. Aubrey O'Day from Danny D. Kane, one of my favorite girl groups of all time. I know every song. She's standing behind the security guard like this. Like, what in the ghetto hell? She thought it was something when Don hit her upside the head when they was in the group. She ain't seen nothing like this, child. Yo, Aubrey had me dying laughing. So after that, Callie and her big titties, her saggy titties at that, them saddlebag titties is out, flinging everywhere from side to side like a floppy dead fish because her and Natalie then tried to fight each other. But when Natalie came over there to try to fight her, mind you, she'd already taken her shoes off. Natalie took her shoes off, walked over there looking like she about to enter the ring at WrestleMania with this sequin jumpsuit on, giving me Captain America realness. And gets over there, tries to hit the girl and slips and falls. Like, you ain't had no shoes on. How was you falling all the time? So while they was trying to fight each other, I guess Callie's shirt ended up getting ripped and them saddlebag titties were just flopping all over the place and I was getting seasick. It was too much going on for me. Natalie wanna another round because she didn't get to it the way that she wanted to, and she gets mad when security won't move and production won't allow her to get at Callie. So she was like, I'm going home, y'all want to disrespect me, I ain't got no time for this, where's my car? And she decides she's going to leave. And it's like, Natalie, I don't know why every season they have to remind you that you basically have a glamorized executive producer title. That's it. You don't make any decisions. Not a one. You don't make decisions on that show. Like Lemmy said in that leaked phone call of yours, that's his show. You don't have the same rights and privileges that Jocelyn has. That's why Jocelyn gets treated better than you. Jocelyn actually owns her show. You don't. You created it, but it's obvious when you did your contract that you signed your rights over to him. So she gets mad and she leaves. Callie steady trying to get at everybody, yelling at everybody, saying she want to fade with all the girls. And I was like, girl, this is not the right way to go. You ain't gonna have nobody in the house that like you. She tell Jayla it's what's up. She's spitting all over the place, spitting at people. She spit on Mariah. And I was like, okay, now that's just trifling and nasty. That's that nasty. You can get somebody sick doing that. You know what I'm saying? You can have mono for all I know. The bird flu, swine flu. Like, that is disgusting. Disgusting. Like, you would have had to go after it because obviously, first of all, you coming on her doing way too much. Like, way too much too soon. You look stupid. Your outfit wasn't cute. Like, she was giving me Tokyo Tony. And I was like, I remember her being pretty. Like, what is going on with this outfit and these go-go boots and what? No. So she getting smart with everybody, and next thing you know, she telling everybody, what's cracking, bitch? What's cracking? We can go up. Da, da, da. And everybody looking at her like, girl, what the? Okay. So then Sapphire and Bianca square up again to fight. And this time, Bianca decides she's going to try to spit on Sapphire. And I was like, so everybody is going to start spitting on each other. But yo, the amount of spit that came out of Bianca's mouth, I was like, did you drink water beforehand? Were you storing water in your cheeks like Triple H? Where did all that spit come from? I can't hog up that much spit. Like, that's trifling. And Mariah was like, in her confessional, that she didn't like that at all. It was unbecoming of her, and that she's going to have a talk with her, not in front of all of these girls, but she is going to pull her friend to the side and say, that's not a good look, and you shouldn't have did that. And she shouldn't. Like, girl, you somebody mama. Grow up. You a 30-some-year-old woman. Grow up. That is nasty. Nasty. So they square up to fight again, and they fight. And once again, Bianca trying to be Tiger King and keep on trying to grab at her instead of punching. Like, she didn't throw one punch. She's steady trying to grab at her. And at least Sapphire was swinging. And if the swings would have actually connected, she would have actually did a little bit of damage. But she ended up hurting herself because her swinging was so wild that she ended up dislocating her damn shoulder. Callie is being held back by security, and she see Meatball. And she was like, Meatball, let me find out you a follower. And Meatball looking at her like, you think I'm supposed to have your back and start having enemies because you into it with everybody? Meatball in her confessional was like, I ain't nobody sidekick. I'm on the side of the baked beans, potatoes, and lamb chop. And I was like, exactly. Meatball was trying to get her meal. She hadn't eaten, child. She is hilarious. And so Callie in her confession was like, Meatball came in with me and noticed everybody was coming at me for no reason. Girl, you started with everybody, but sitting up here trying to act like you the victim. You're insane. There's something wrong with that whole family. The next day, Aubrey, Jayla, Sapphire, and Scotty go to Natalie's room to talk. And they bring up what happened between her and Callie. And Aubrey don't know who the girl is. And they was like, that's Blueface sister. Aubrey O'Day says, oh, so her brother is one of the members of the Blue Man Group. Now, I don't know if she was being funny or she was being for real, because they didn't really give us their reaction to Siki and Biggie film together. And, you know, they've gotten really close on some big sister, little sister type time. They did a song with each other in between the seasons. And the song actually is really good. And the video was good. Like, I was very proud of them. And so Tasiki tells Biggie that she's proud of her because she won being no punk when it came to Jayla. But she does tell her, you need to get that girl her chain back. Like, we not going to do that this season. At first, Biggie was like, nope, I'm not giving her the chain back. But she ended up giving the pendant back to Tasiki to give to Jayla. Bianca and Mariah then joined them. And Bianca on some, you know, I don't care that they back cool or whatever. I'm standing on business. That's my friend. That's my friend. I don't care that they made up. I want to fade every day. And if I got to beat you up every day, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm like, girl, but you didn't beat nobody up. You mainly beat yourself up. But all right, you just got on here and embarrassed yourself. Siki even said it like, why are you so angry and wound up when Mariah Lynn not? Like, they squashed it. So why are you coming in here on 30 trying to fight somebody, doing the most? So that night they get ready to go to Barbados, and the Claremont twins arrive and join Natalie and the girls on the PJ. And in their confessionals, I gotta say that I still can see the old Claremont twins in their face. Their plastic surgery and stuff has kind of settled now. They don't look as crazy as they used to. Their nose are extremely little. Like, my God, their noses are little. Like, especially when you compare their old noses to their new noses. Wow. It's like they have had everything on their body done from the rooter to the tutor. They don't look crazy. Well, yeah, they do look crazy. But you know, I'm happy to see them back on our television screens. And they reminded me of how bubbly and airhead like that they are. So it was good seeing them. So they get to Barbados, they get to the house, and this season everybody's staying in the same house. Everybody get in the house and like, oh my God, this house is so nice. Oh my God. And Aubrey doesn't understand that that's what Zeus pretty much makes them do when they get in the house. Like, oh my God, this house is so nice. I can live here forever. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Thanks, Zeus. So Aubrey in her confession was like, yeah, the house is nice, but don't act like y'all ain't never been nowhere. Like, the fuck? So Biggie immediately feels some type of way when they get to the house because Natalie and all the girls that was on the PJ already picked their room. So she already looking at Natalie like, okay, here you go. Like, excluding certain people. And Biggie at this point, to me, it feels like she should be in that inner circle with Natalie, with the girls, because at this point she's 3 seasons in and she's still being treated like an other. But it's just like, Biggie, like, don't want to be somewhere where you're not wanted. Scotty genuinely cares for her. I think that Sapphire, Tasiki genuinely cares for her. But Natalie don't see it for you like that. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, collect your check, do your job, and keep it moving. So Jayla still feeling some type of way about the Biggie situation, because Biggie said before the season started that she was going to smack Jayla when she saw her. So mind you, they've already fought now twice, I think. So Jayla is mad. She says she gonna fight her every time she sees her, even though at this point it's like, for what? Because it's obvious that Biggie does not want to fight her anymore. She stood up for herself the first go around, second go around, but like at this point it seems like she's done with it and she don't want to fight no more. And for me, it's like with Jayla, I get it. She was talking mad. But you've already proved the point. We all know that you can fight. We all know that if they let y'all go, you would whoop her. So it ain't even worth all of that. Like, you have really created a lane and a business for yourself with your clothing line. But Jayla still want to fight. And she's telling Biggie that she can't sleep in the main house. She can't be nowhere near her. And Biggie's like, I'm going to go find my room. You're not going to bully me up out of this house. And at this point, it's just like, Jayla, I get it. I get it. I get it. But Biggie ain't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? She's not even worth it. It's like, girl, leave that little girl alone. Like, they arguing back and forth. Aubrey in her confessional telling some, it was hot. The AC was not set up right in that house for that kind of conversation. Aubrey just be telling it all. So Jayla is in, like, literally her and Biggie are like this far apart from each other, arguing back and forth. And I'm looking at Jayla like, you steady arguing back and forth to her. You right there in her face, swing or shut up. So eventually she finally swings on Biggie. I think like maybe 2 hits actually land on Biggie. She ended up busting the girl lip or whatever. So at this point, you done bust the lip. All right. Done. All right. But apparently Biggie feels like it was a setup. So Biggie was like to Natalie, you're a widow. You're a widow, Natalie. You're a widow. And Natalie was like, you're a weirdo too. Natalie, she was like, Natalie, I'll never trust you another day in my life. Swear to God, bro. I swear to God, bro. I'll never trust you again in my life. I'll never trust you again. I swear to God. And at first I'm like, how she mad at Natalie? Like, what Natalie do? Like, I'm so confused at why Biggie is acting like this. So Biggie in her confessional was like, Natalie, like Natalie, what are we really doing here? If one of your baddies get hit in the face and you've seen it, I feel like you should be sensitive to the situation. So Biggie started crying. And I'm like, oh, she is really upset. She started crying. Aubrey in her confession was like, I'm going to console the girl that's hurt more. But it's like, is that a betrayal to Jayla? I don't know. Like, is it possible to like 2 people that don't like each other and that's beating each other up constantly over nothing? Those are questions that 2 days ago, I never asked myself a day before in my life. And I'm looking at the TV like, and I believe you. I believe you, Miss O'Day. So Biggie was like, y'all told me some different Y'all told me some different so air this how you want to air it. Why the would you sneak me like that? She was able to sneak me because I was off guard. She was able to sneak me because I was off guard. It's not fucking fair. Arroz con pollo is not fucking fair. And I'm like, oh, so it's given to me that the producers and maybe even Natalie told her that we gonna have a conversation when we get to the house between you and Jayla. It ain't gonna be no fight. Y'all just gonna talk. And then the girl hit her. So that's why I feel like she was saying she was caught off guard because it was supposed to be no fighting. But like, girl, at this point, you'd have been on this show for 3 seasons. You already know how they do. And you already know what type of show you own. So you should be prepared for anything. And why would you ever trust Natalie, the chin nun? You can never trust the devil. So even though I understand why she's hurt and mad, girl, this is reality television. And this is how these producers do you. Like Tasiki even said, girl, you got to be on go. You got to be ready to defend yourself at this point. Like you, and then after that, she was mad at everybody, telling everybody get out my face and all this type of stuff when they was trying to help her. Sapphire and Scotty was there for her, Mariah Lynn, but she ain't really want to hear it from nobody. So, Sapphire feels, she was like, no, I'm sorry. So the other girls arrived to the house, right? Bianca and them. And so now Sapphire want her round 2, even though her arm is in a brace. And I'm like, girl, you gonna seriously hurt yourself. Sit down because you barely can fight too. Bianca technically don't even need to be fighting because we find out she just got her boobs done. And it's like, what is y'all doing? Y'all really want to end up in the hospital. So Natalie was like, nope, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. After, you know, they steady arguing back and forth. She was like, we're going to do shots. It's baddie shot o'clock. That pisses Biggie off. Biggie was like, I'm not talking to you, ho. I'm not talking to you. I've done this with you for 3 years and I'm not with you no more. So Natalie was like, what you mad at me for? So then next thing we know, Sapphire and Bianca get to fighting again. And Sapphire won. That what number was that? Round 3 or 4 they fight. Yeah, Sapphire at least got 2 or 3 swings in, but Bianca didn't do nothing but a bunch of grabbing. But next week episode, oh, that they're gonna be lit. I give this week's episode an A. I was very entertained, loving every minute of it. The show keeps getting better and better. I don't know how they'll be able to continue to outdo each season, but gotta give it to Natalie. She got that secret sauce. You guys make sure to thumbs up this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications, and join my Patreon if you're watching this on YouTube, because this video will be raw and uncut and ad free over there. So join my Patreon. The link is down below in the description box. Patreon fam, thank you for watching this video. You know I love you. Make sure to comment down in the comment section, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.